Alright, good afternoon, folks. This is what I will be tailgating out at the Pennsylvania Rendezvous in Meadville next week. Anybody who follows TS Trapline, Todd Strohecker, you've seen this. I put together 2 dozen of those, and they're what are they, about 2 pounds, pound and a half. I will also have 2 dozen of these. These are made from the square stock, and they're 3 pounds. Anything made out half-inch stock with the deflector, they're going to be $60 a half dozen, $120 a dozen. A fellow from Ohio got a hold of me and said, hey, I'd like to have a dozen of them, but I want them from water trapping. I don't have to need a deflector. So I made 2 dozen like this, plain Jane. And then for water trapping, and I like them for water trapping, I made a 3/8. They're about 9 inches long, more or less 5.5 inches wide. And I think on the post I asked about the weight, so I made a dozen of them. I put a piece of 1/2 inch on the back, and I have 2 dozen of these plain Jane. The plain Jane 1/2 inch, they're $110 a dozen, $50 a half dozen. The plain Jane 3/8, $64 a dozen, $32 a half dozen. For this, just add 50 cents to the price. Something else. At the spring show, the District 7 mini show out in Clinton County in the spring, April, a couple guys asked me, said, how do you fasten a chain to that 1/2 inch? So, all 1/2 inch round stock, I put a lap link on. The square stock, I fabricated the connector like I did for a fellow that earlier this year bought a 1/2 dozen drags made out of 5/8 stock. And then on the 3/8, I put on heavy duty split rings, and they were already treated with muriatic acid, so you don't have to mess with that. Alright, I'll be out in the nosebleed section out there in the tailgate section of Meadville somewhere next week.